Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Hofi Kim Cohen Myers, and we are on Influenced by Kim. And today, boy, do I have an episode for you guys. This is probably going to be the most controversial episode on my podcast. This is going to be the most controversial thing you'll probably ever heard me say. I'll probably get canceled for this. I'm totally okay with this, but it has to be said. The only thing I can be is myself, and the only thing that I thrive with and align with is truth. My truth, the truth. It's my truth, but it is the truth for me in my current reality. This episode is probably going to shock some of you guys, but it has to be done. It has to be said, and if no one's going to say it, I'm going to be the one that says it. I have a couple of different things that I want to talk about. I also would like for you to excuse my voice. I've been having allergies for 24/7, like a mad person. Our dogs just got grooming, and so I sound like super nasally, and I've only sneezed like 57,000 times today. So enjoy that. But what I want to say is today I want to talk about what's been happening in our world since the year started. I did do a previous episode about the Los Angeles fires and what I actually think about it, but I feel like just in the last couple of days, so many things have been happening, and it's just everything's connecting, everything's intertwining. And when I talk about this, I'm talking about world events. I'm talking about Trump's inauguration, and I want to talk about just even his role, because I know many of you guys know or think you know what I actually believe in, and whose side I'm on and all the shenanigan. I'm here to like kind of, what do I want to call it? Straighten out the confusion and actually what I believe in, because the thing with me, I am a human being, a spiritual being that's always learning and growing, and who I was like a week ago or who I was a month ago or a half a year ago or fucking yesterday is always evolving and always changing. And what I believe to be true, like, I don't know, a week ago might completely shift, because I am an observer, okay? So there's a personality test. I forgot what the name of the test is called, but there's 16 different personality type. I am INFP. You can Google the personality test. I forget the full name for it. Anyways, I am INFP. And P is, I think it's perspective, and the opposite of that is like judgment. Just kidding. I looked it up. The P is for perceiving. So INFP stands for, the I is for introverted. The N is for intuition. The F is for feeling. And the P is for perceiving. And this test is called, actually, this is so ridiculous of me. Now I will forever remember it because it's my new last name. Oh my God, for years and years, I forgot what this test is called, but it's called, it's the personality test, and it's called the Myers-Briggs personality type test. You can just Google like 16 personality types test, and you can get your own score on what you are. But I do suggest that if you do it, don't just do one website, do multiple websites, because I've known that I am INFP for like decades, and sometimes I take the test randomly on like a different website and it says that I'm something else, and that's not true. So, just letting you know. Anyways, back to the point. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know the test, then you know. But anyways, so I am a person, the way that I perceive the world. Like INFP is basically your personality and how you perceive the world and all this stuff. But the way that I see the world is I never judge. That judging is like not in my personality. I'm like an observer. I am open-minded, and I like to hear different things, and I love to collect information. I love to listen to different people with different types of opinions, especially people that are like completely different opinions than me. I like to do my own research. I don't like to follow the crowd. I like to find my own truth. And again, I find my own truth by doing my own research, talking to people, hearing things, reading things, connecting connecting puzzle pieces, essentially. I'm kind of like your local detective. It's funny, as a kid growing up, I wanted to be a famous actress. Okay, that was number one. But also, I wanted to be a photographer, a dolphin trainer, and an FBI agent. And I didn't just want to be one of them. I wanted to be all of them. And I always felt like I had like FBI agents. Like I said this shit since I was a kid. Like I'm really good at like being a detective. I think it's like a mixture of being detail oriented, being able to grasp like lots amounts of information, like big amounts of information. I have insane memory. I'm really good at remembering like statistics and facts and dates and things. I'm horrible with fucking names, but when you give me like dates and statistics and times, and I just connect all the fucking puzzle pieces. If you haven't heard yet, I was part of the Gateway, not the Gateway. I was part of the GATE program, the Gifted, where the CIA was running a test on me and I didn't even know. So you should listen to that podcast episode. But on a different note, so the point is I don't judge things when I first see them, and I also okay, here's an example. I'll just give you an example. I'll see someone in the street, they have like a bunch of tattoos and piercings. I won't necessarily be like, oh my God, she's such a horrible, fucked up human being or whatever, right? I don't like judge. I look beyond. I do have supernatural abilities. I get downloads on people and things, and I'll just see a person and I'll just get information. And I follow the database, the information, the energetic codes that I'm downloading. And so somebody can appear physically in one way, and I'm like, wow, that person's a really beautiful person. They haven't said anything to me, and I just feel and I just know things. So I'm always like very open. So I'm never the same, and I'm always fucking paying attention. I talk to a lot of people a day, a lot, like more than most people realize, and a lot. Like close to like 100 people a day. I know that sounds fucking crazy. I have my coaching clients. I have a lot of people, but I'm always doing research. I'm multi-passionate. And I'm giving you guys all of this 411 on me right now because I think a lot of you guys might be shocked with what I have to say. I think it's going to be like really shocking to hear what I have to say. And before I tell you what I think about Trump and what I think about this inauguration and this election and what I think about the secret government in most recent times, that's always evolving and changing, I want to say this. Some people, so this podcast is anything the fuck I want it to be. Okay. But no, this podcast is, it's mindset and it's manifestation and it's self-growth and it's self-improvement and it's fun and it's silly and it's sassy and it's me calling you out on your fucking shit and it's me helping you and guiding you and inspiring you and all the fucking things that just make you a better human being. This podcast is meant for highly intelligent spiritual beings that just want to glow, just want to grow and have their mind fucking blown to shits and I can't even talk. Oh my God. Have their mind blown to motherfucking pieces and shreds in amazement and in awe and just have like the fucking time of their lives. So while all that is true, forgive me hyping myself up. While all that is true, I think that like some people might think, well, what does politics or the government or Trump have anything to do with like all that spiritual shenanigan and mindset stuff that you just like spilled? And while some people might not get it, that's okay. It's not for everyone to understand, but it has everything to do with it. When you expand your consciousness and you start seeing, it's like the metaphor would be like going to Google Earth. So you start like zooming out the map. And you start to see the bigger picture. And you're like, oh, wait, it's like I live in Florida and I zoom out and it's like, wait, hold on. But there's like America. But wait, hold on. There's like water around. But wait, hold on. There's other countries around it. And wait, let me zoom out. And there's more countries. And there's actually continents. And let me zoom out a little bit more. And now what the hell? That's Earth, and you zoom out and you're like, oh my God, there's stars, there's planet, and then we zoom out more, it's the solar system. And as you zoom out more and more and more, you're just like, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. It's like very similar to the level of awareness. And so every soul came here for different missions. I have many missions, but I do like the bigger picture of my mission. And I know that it was to help humanity in my way through my missions. And it all relates because all that happens with the government and the way the world's run and the secrets that have been kept from humanity for thousands and thousands of years all affect us, all of us. It all connects. Want to know why? Because it's all a spiritual warfare. That's what all of this is. It's a spiritual warfare against humanity. It's not against Americans. It's not against Asian people. It's not against Black people. It's not against like Russians. Like, no, it's literally against humanity, you guys. It's us versus them. I just hope I just want to put this on like fucking speakers all over every single house in the world and wake everybody the fuck up. But it's for everyone because we really outnumber them and they are small groups of people, but it's them against us and it's always been that way. And the reason why all of this is spiritual is because since the day we were born, all of us, we've been lied to about what Earth is, how the world is actually run and done, what the actual truth is. You're just like thrown into Earth and you just like go with things, right? You just go with like the way the world works. You know, it's like, oh, like, you know, this is how we get our food. You have to pay money. You can't just like grab a fucking apple like Aladdin and just like bounce. You can't do that. You know, it's like you have to pay for things. You have to have a job. You have to do this. But in order to get a job, you have to be smart. So you got to go to school. So da-da-da. Oh, you have to go to school. It's like everything is already designed. Everything's designed for you. And you just are thrown into the universe, like thrown into Earth. And you just have to like, you know, learn it all. Learn the grind and the way the world works. And it's like, or you figure it out and you join the fun, not the fun, you know, like the grind, or you join like Earth's, you know, rules of how the world's done, or you're going to get eaten alive. You're going to starve, you know? So it's like, you got to pick. It's like, or you just take action and join. You get what I'm saying? Like, I hope this because it's making sense, right? It's like, or you take action and you actually obey by the world's rules by going to school, because if you don't, you get in trouble. Child services. If you don't do this, then this happens, right? But the truth is again, the reason why all of this is a spiritual warfare against humanity is because everything that the way that the world was designed is to keep you as small as possible. It's to dim everyone's lights. These are the people that run the world, not the people that run America. It's just not just the people that run America or Russia or other countries, like the people that run fucking Earth, unfortunately. And they tell us this and they show us this through their freaking movies all the time. But these small groups of people, they run the fucking world and they do shit. It's like actions speak louder than words. They bullshit us all the fucking time. But look what they're doing. They fucking pollute the air. They fuck with our water. They put fluoride in our waters. Most countries don't have fluoride in the water, I understand, which basically blocks your pineal gland. And your pineal gland is what activates your third eye chakra. And that's what activates your supernatural abilities. These people, the shadow governments, don't want us to think for ourselves. They don't want us to do anything for ourselves. They don't want us to know that we're supernatural, spiritual beings having a physical experience here on Earth, because that's what you actually are. You're a spiritual, magical being having a physical experience here on Earth. And you have a lot of supernatural abilities, but they've been suppressed because of the way the world's run and done, and because our food system is being poisoned, and our water system is being poisoned, and our air is being poisoned, and our clothes are being poisoned, and like literally everything we do is being poisoned, and they're just trying to fucking kill us 24/7. And when not enough people are dying, they create diseases. And so I take this shit really fucking personally, and I don't think it's just governments. It's like I came here to fucking like look out for humanity and look out for the people and save the animals and the people and the children and all the things. And so this is why it relates to my channel, okay? Because it is a spiritual warfare. It is fucking personal to me. It's personal to humanity's existence. And this is all, you know, when you're sleeping and you're not aware of what the fuck's actually happening, which there was a big spiritual awakening. I don't really want to call it a spiritual awakening because I feel like spiritual awakenings, like there's different types, okay? But like, I guess for some people, there was a big spiritual awakening, a shift that happened in 2020. And then there's a really big shift that's been happening in the last in the last year or so, or even in the last 4 years. We're definitely coming to the end of times, and time is speeding faster and faster. And with all that being said, I'm going to dive right into the topic of what I actually think of Trump, what I actually think about this election, what I like Trump being the president, like just what I think about everything. Okay. So in 2020, me and a lot of people woke up during the pandemic, and we found out that the world was not as it seemed. I always knew that the world wasn't as it seemed. Like, while my fucking life and mind and brain was blown because of the rabbit holes that I went down, which had to do with Q and QAnon. So, like, in relation to that, but it was just like, it was a lot. But I wasn't like, I was shocked and surprised and amazed. In the first 2 weeks that I found out everything that I found out, I was like obsessed, and I couldn't go to sleep, and I read everything, and I went down a billion fucking rabbit holes, and I like pieced together billions of pieces. But the pieces, a lot of the pieces that I was connecting were things that I already knew from the past. Like, when I was like 21, I used to sit with my best friend Morgan, and she was 19, and we used to go to like hookah bars, and she was like the one who taught me conspiracy theories. Okay, so I'm 39. I was 21 when I like heard conspiracy theories. We would fucking talk like from 8 to like 2 in the morning at this one hookah bar and just talk conspiracy theories for like millions of hours. Morgan taught me, I love her. She taught me what FEMA was, FEMA coffins. She taught me all these weird things. And we met this other guy at this hookah bar too. Like, we just made friends. And then there was this other guy who told us about like the Bermuda Triangle. And I was like, oh my God, like crazy fucking world. But guess what? When Morgan told me about like FEMA camps, like that shit never fucking left my mind. And if you don't know what they are, wait, there's FEMA camps, there's FEMA coffins. FEMA coffins is what I'm talking about. That images in my brain since like, 2009, like never fucking left me. So I had all these little, and different people came throughout my life to like leave little crumbs everywhere of just like little drops of information. And so when I found out everything that I found out about how the world is actually run and done in 2020, my mind was fucking blown. But I was like, oh, like that makes sense now because of that one thing I was heard, when I was 21, and that one thing that I heard when I was 19, and that one thing I heard, and I just started to piece together. It was like, have you ever watched the TV show Homeland? Claire Danes, she's like a detective, and she like pieces all, like a detective room. They piece like all these pictures and things off the wall, and they connect the dots. That was like me, just not physically, in 2020. And that's what happened to a lot of us. A lot of us woke up to the truth. And with that, I want to give perspective. So before 2020, this is what I knew to be true. I'm Israeli. I was born in Israel. So this is what I knew. I knew as an American or an Israeli, it's always good for Israel to have a Republican American president. It's good for our country because like Republicans, they love the Bible. There's so many freaking reasons. They protect Israel. They love Israel. They believe it's the Holy Land. Like, there's so many reasons, but this is like something that like they tell you in Israel. It's just like what Jews just know. Republicans always like protect Israel. So while I thought that I was Democratic. So I thought I was Democratic, but I'm like, but when it comes to America, it needs to be Republican so that Israel stays safe. But in Israel, I am Democratic. And then like life really took an unexpected turn in 2020, where I found out like what the Democratic Party actually is and what it stands for. And then essentially, and initially, every ideology and belief that they have in their system always has a fucking hidden agenda. Whatever they say that they're protecting, they're doing the complete polar opposite of. Everything is fucking topsy-turvy. Everything's twisted. It's like a mind fuck. Okay, mind fuck. So then, I started to love Trump. I loved Trump. I always just did as a person. Like, I was just like into it. I love like sassy human beings with big mouths that are unfiltered, like myself. So like, I just love it. Like, I love Kanye and Simon Cowell and like these types of human beings. So I already liked Trump prior. I was really hoping that Hillary would not win because I fucking hated her guts. So that was in 2016. I hated Obama. So it's if I go back in time, there were definitely track records. I knew Obama was bad. He was horrible. I was praying that Hillary wouldn't win. And then when Trump won in 2016, I was like, oh my God, that's fucking crazy. I thought there was no fucking way that they would ever let him do that. Now, as many of you guys know the story of what actually unfolded, the media hates Trump. They attack Trump. Everyone that was in Hollywood that used to be his friend all backstabbed Trump and fucking hated him. And he's so horrible. And they called him all these things. And, he was being harassed. Everyone was like, oh, he's going to start a war. He's going to start this. He's going to start that. Right. And everyone's like, oh, no, Trump is so horrible. He's so bad. I don't know who wasn't saying that at the time. I was just sitting back and laughing. I was entertained. This was before I knew what I knew about 2020, but I thought it was fucking entertaining and just, I get it. Okay. So, and then obviously during, COVID, and right before the second election, in 2020, there were the COVID stuff that happened and the deep state wasn't allowing him to win. They weren't going to let him win again, the Hillarys and the Obamas and the big Mikes of the world and all the things. So, but obviously it's so much bigger than that. Okay. I feel by the way, this podcast episode is I'm so sorry. It's, if you know, and if you don't, then you're going to be like, what is this bitch saying? But if you have been following me since 2020 or you actually have awareness on what's happening in the world and everything I'm saying makes sense to you, and I don't have to fill in the blanks, but if you don't, I'm sorry. Okay. So obviously Trump is smart and he's all the things and he's a billionaire and he's all the things and he meets all the boxes except for whatever. You could always find. See, here's my thought. Okay, hold on. Let's just have a moment. Here was always my argument. Being the underdog that I've always been my entire life, being the person that's always been hated or loved, never anything in the middle, being the person who literally is everything in her world is black or white, super extreme, and the way people perceive me has always been very extreme. So it's you get me, you love me, or you hate me and you don't get me, and okay. Being this type of an overachiever character, number one in everything that I try and do throughout my life, having people be jealous of the things that I have. I know this doesn't sound modest, but I'm just trying to make you guys understand for a second. Just all these things. I know I had more, but I distracted myself. It's I understood the Trump character. That's my fucking life, man. That's always been my life. Yes, Trump is experiencing it on a massive motherfucking scale with millions and billions of people around the fucking world. But while I did not experience it in billions and millions in the world, I have experienced this level of criticism and love and hate, relationship and fans and people talking shit and people loving you and very extreme. I've experienced that on thousands, and the five figures, 50,000 people or 100,000 people. I've experienced it on a bigger scale or and also over 100,000 people. My videos in 2020 when I was telling all the truth about these things, they were fucking blowing up. I would get 100,000 views in 24 hours, and it's not TikTok views. People actually would sit there and watch me speak for 20 minutes or whatever the video was. But so I was getting a lot of criticism then. I've always gotten criticism my entire life. So it's I got the Trump. I understood that he had a lot of great things for him. He was rich. He had a hot wife. He is smart. He is this. He owns this. He knows this. I get it. Not because I am Trump, but it's because I've grown up in a lifestyle where I've created this magical world for myself where, I have my dream car and I have my dream house and I have my dream look and I have the best boyfriend and I have the best this and this and this. It's I get it. And then people are just going to talk shit. It's I just get it. I feel some people just don't get it, but I get it. I just always got it. So I was entertained by it because it makes me laugh because a lot of the times the way Trump responds to things is the way that I would or the way that I have in the past. And it's entertaining. But But in 2020, I watched every single fucking speech that Trump ever fucking made in 2020. Like, he was doing like lives in the White House like every fucking day. I was watching every single press conference. 2 hours, 3 hours. It was my thing. Loved Trump. Hated the deep state. And then obviously election rig situation happened. I was shocked. I was pissed. I threw a shit show. I cried. I got mad. I couldn't believe that like they're actually gonna let sleepy Joe Biden like actually fucking win this shit. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And when this situation, okay, so the first time I was like, here's the rule about being an open-minded person and not judging shit and being my personality type, INFP, is you question everything, good or bad. Things are always moving. Things are always changing. Pay attention to everything at any given time. So the fact that like we literally all saw election fraud, we saw it. We fucking saw it with our eyeballs. And like nothing was actually fucking done. That red flag. I don't know what to tell you guys. Something there is fucking weird and off. Is it only the deep state fault? I don't fucking know. I don't fully believe it. Believe it. Something here is fucking weird and fishy. Okay. Now what I do know is, there's a puppet masketeer at the top of the village. So, we have the Democrats and we have the Republicans, or like the liberals and the Democrats, and we have, the Republicans. And if you know anything about Q, or just like the truth about how the world's, I need another word for this, all this stuff, for conspiracy theories. I need another word. I could just use conspiracy theories on how the world is run and done, and how all the world leaders are, working together and are lizard people and all the things. The point is that there are entities, people that you don't see, that you don't know exist, that run all these parties. And all these parties are just distraction. All these parties are there to create more division. Because as long as we, humanity, beautiful, magical, spiritual souls that come here to earth, as long as we are divided, like you're black and I'm white and you're Republican and I'm Democratic and you're this and I'm that and I'm straight and you're gay, as long as we are divided, we are too distracted fighting each other, that when we're doing that, they're doing their fucking crazy things in the background, making us kill and fight each other while they're fucking laughing at us, running us. They're like running us, just like they're running the people that they sent to represent. And that's like what it is. It's just what it is. I will say something spiritual real quick before I continue. I say this probably 2 billion times already, but my favorite book in the world is Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. How common people are doing the uncommon. Love Dr. Dispenza, neuroscientist. One of the things in the book Becoming Supernatural, Dr. Dispenza talks about how to get to 5D through meditation, through Kundalini. Now, here's the thing. I've done this meditation, and the first time it freaked me the F out, but it's a trip. It's a really, really, it's probably the most overwhelming thing I've ever done in my entire human experience. Knock wood. Hold on, let's knock the wood. Let that be the most craziest thing, like from a spiritual perspective. I'm like scared that I said that now. I'm gonna knock wood again. Like, hold on. Watch my dog Peanut like storm in and start barking because I knocked on wood and he thinks somebody's at the door. Okay. So one of the things, this is really deep. One of the ways, it's like it's the only way. It's the only way, motherfuckers. It's the only way. This is the only way to get to 5D. Most people don't know how to get to 5D. There's obviously multiple things. There's like multiple steps and things, but one of the key components that you need to do in order to have a Kundalini experience, enter 5D, which is the 5th dimension, is you need to strip yourself away from all of your identities. Okay, I'm going to say that again. In order to get to 5D, you need to strip yourself away of all of your identities. That means that you have to forget that you are a daughter, a girl, your age, where you were born, what your religion is, what your you're married to, like what you believe in, what fucking Democratic Party, all that. You need to strip away all of your human identities. You have to be no one. No one, no thing, and no place, I think is how he writes it. You have to strip yourself of all of your identities because you're going there as consciousness. You're not going there. I'm not going there as Khofit. Okay? You're not going there as Jessica. Like, you're going there as consciousness. That's how you enter. You can't enter with all that fucking crap and bullshit and labeling. Okay? Now, what's funny is I've had this discussion with a few different people that I was like, oh, yeah, that's what you need to do to find. They're like, no, I can't forget that I'm a daughter or I'm married or that I have a daughter. And it's like, you don't need to forget it. But like, yeah, like for that meditation, for that moment, it's like you have to strip away yourself out of the labels because labels like limit you. They make you, they like limit you and put yourself in boxes and brackets. And it just kind of fucking, it makes the human experience more difficult. Let me just say that. Now, isn't it convenient how if you just look at 2020 and just the last, what the fuck, like last like 8 years, like in Donald Trump's election, when Trump, like 2016 Donald Trump, but even like Obama, okay, let's just say the last decade, as timeline is moving, as each year is progressing and the timeline is moving, there has like labels have just become so installed into us. And not only has labels become installed to us, but like very extreme levels of the labels. It's like, it's or you're this, or you're that, or you're this, or you're that. Also David Icke, which I'm not a fan of. Like I am sometimes, but then there's times that I'm like, no. But he had a really interesting show on Gaia where he was actually explaining like very similar thing that I just explained, that you have to like remove the identity because that's like part of the deep state's plan is to make you believe that you are Republican and you're doing the right thing, or you are liberal and you're doing the right thing, or you're, I don't know, you're Jewish and you're doing the right thing, and it's Jews against the Palestinians and the blacks against the whites and the this against the this. It's like, that is what's dividing us. That is because as long as there is labels, as long as we're like in these little, like, do you get it? Like, as long as it's black against white, gays against straights, like Asians against Russians, like this against that, we're just like in smaller and smaller and smaller group, and we're just not united. And when we're not united, we can't overrun them. The only way we can overrun the deep state and fucking be free on planet Earth is when we come together. And so every time we try to do that, they come in and give us another label and another bracket to put ourselves into. Okay, did we get that? It's fucking deep. It all connects. So here's my problem. In 2020, when the elections were not actually resolved, it just created like an eyebrow raiser. I was like, And then when Sidney Powell, the lawyer for the people, was trying to help Trump, she was for Trump, and he's like, no, I have nothing to do with her. Things were starting to get really weird. And I have to question everything. And I understand that the puppeteer master is running the same like show. And essentially, I don't know how to like say this like in a nice way. I don't know how to sugarcoat this, and I'm not the type of person that sugarcoats it, but I don't even know how to just like bluntly say this, but like, here's what I actually think. Okay, I'll just say it like this. I feel like multiple things can be true at the same time. Like, there's no fucking facts here because we will never fucking know the truth unless we will one day. But like, will you really know the truth? You won't, okay? But like, let's just pretend like we can find out the truth, quote unquote, what we believe to be perception of the truth. What I believe is that multiple things can be true at the same time. There is a theory that QAnon, they recruited Trump to be the president to do this mission because he's the only one who couldn't be bought because he had billions of dollars and he can pay for his own campaign. This was for the 2016 election against Hillary. And, he's the white hat, and there's white hat and black hats and blah, 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 and he's the savior and all the things. Cool. I believe that. That's cool. That's like a theory. That was a theory that I held on to for a very long time. But the more I watched life unfold, just things started to shift and change. Now, I'm not saying I don't love Trump. I love the guy. He's fucking funny as fuck. Do I prefer him? Of course I prefer him over anybody. I'm highly fucking entertained. I was so fucking bored when Joe Biden was president. My husband was entertained with him falling down the stairs and doing silly things, but I was just so fucking bored. But here's what I think happened. I believe everyone sits at the same table. I believe the Obamas sit with the Trumpsters. There's further evidence of that when you take a look at the recent Jimmy Carter's funeral. Trump talking to Obama. Of course, they knew they were being filmed. Of course, it was a photo op, but it still is a thing. The energy. I read energy, okay? I read energy. I read body language. I just know things. I believe that there was actually a different deal that happened. This is like my personal theory. Everyone could have their personal theory. But if I go back to the fact that the CIA created Hollywood, they literally created Hollywood. The CIA, or like the governments, essentially created the word conspiracy theories. Okay, hold on. The CIA created Hollywood for mind control, to control humanity, because they know that the mind works on imagery. So what better way to control them than through the television? Tell-a-lie-vision. That's how it like actually spells. Tell-a-lie-vision. Okay, but they did that. And so part of the deal with like Hollywood and all, the things. Okay, so like the CIA tells Hollywood what kind of types of movies they want out to control people's minds, create scarcity. There's so many different reasons for why Hollywood films are made. The deep state always has to show us what they're going to do to us before they do it. They believe in like karma in their sick little world. So they just show it to us in movies, but they make them into jokes. And then we don't actually believe that it's actually real. There's so many things. But one thing for sure, Hollywood knows how to tell a good fucking story. And if we back up again, the CIA is actually telling the story and they're working with Hollywood writers, right? So there is storytelling that's happening here. Well, let me tell you, as a girl who you've obviously found out in the last few fucking podcast episodes, I fucking love movies, right? We've talked about this. Love movies, love TV shows. Probably watched every single one of them that's ever been created. And I'm into themes. And I'm also the type of a girl that because I've watched so many movies, I watch 5 minutes of a movie, probably less, and I'm like, okay, this person's gonna die, he's gonna die, she's gonna live, they're gonna marry each other, they're gonna make it out at the end. And I just predict everything in the first 5 minutes. And normally when a movie comes out the way that I predicted, I'm like, oh, boring. My favorite movies are the ones where I try to predict the ending and it didn't come out anything like I thought. I get themes in movies. I'm really good at like seeing the beginning of a movie and knowing what's going to happen at the end. But that's like me in storytelling. And that's what all of this government policy, Trump, president, storytelling. It's a show. It's a motherfucking show that you bought a ticket for. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care if you're fucking liberal. It's a fucking show and you bought a fucking ticket to it. If you're participating, if you're listening to this podcast episode, if you're just watching what's happening on social media, if you've just been excited or offended by the elections, you're part of the fucking show. Like you're watching it. Okay, so here's what I know about Hollywood. And you know this about Hollywood too. I mean, look at Marvel movies. What do humans love? We just love like a good fucking superhero movie. Like we love it. It's like if you even go back to Disney, there's always like a Denzel in distress, a Prince Charming that comes to save everyone, always like an evil villain, right? And like the villain is almost gonna win, but no, like the prince wins, or Ariel wins, or like the princess or the prince, or like the good people always win. I'm thinking about also like Wonder Woman. I don't know why. There's a really dramatic like scene in Wonder Woman, but it's like it's like her against like the villains. It's like it's always that. Thor, like just all the like there's always like the good guy, like the underdog, like the one that you don't expect, like, and everyone always roots for the underdog. We just love those fucking stories. Don't lie. You fucking love them. We always want to root for the underdog, and we always want the underdog to win, rooting for the underdog. And there's like a timeline where you think like, oh no, the underdog is going to lose, but then what happens? He fucking wins, right? At the end. He gets almost defeated, but in the last minute, everything changes and he wins. And we love these very glorious movie ending of just this like, oh my God, he made it. And like the more like you spark a trigger of emotions, you really get people crying at the end of a movie, right? It's like emotionally just beautiful. I can't believe he did it. He almost lost. Like, wow. Like, we love it. We love a good fucking story. We love it. Well, here's my thoughts. I think that Trump sat at the fucking table. Everyone agreed. This can be like way fucking far back. If Trump won in 2016 and Obama was the president before that, and then Obama and Trump had their little, weird shit, and you're never going to be the president. Oh yeah, watch me, blah, blah, blah. And then he runs for it. I mean, this goes back more than 10 years. It's wild. But somebody a very long time ago sat all these motherfuckers at a table. The Obamas, the Hillarys, the Trumpsters, the white hats, the black hats, the liberals. Okay, we get it. And this plan was written out. And if there's something about Trump, okay, so first of all, I think everyone's acting. If there's something about Trump likes to feel noble. He likes to come off as though he loves everyone. Even when he doesn't like someone, he's like this very kind lady, this very sweet lady. Oh, she's a great woman, even though he like hates someone. I think he said that about like Queen Elizabeth, like this very nice woman, this very nice lady. Like he just does that, So there is a storyline in my head that I just see that this happened a long fucking time ago where the story was going to be written out. So Trump went, this is the story. Trump went from being this like young entrepreneur, big dreamer, and went and made, New York like the greatest city in the world, and, skyscrapers, like entrepreneur, pioneer, like all the things. Everyone fucking loves Donald Trump. I'm giving you Donald Trump's life story. Everyone loves him. He's hanging out with playmates. He's hanging out with celebrities, models. Every celebrity loves him. All the politicians love him. Everyone's friends with him. Blah, 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 blah. And then something happens. Because every superhero story just can't be blah, 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 blah. And then somebody was like, hey, I have a really good role for you, or I have a really good idea for you, Trumpster. This is what I've believed for a while, and it's like, it's unfolding. It's unfolding exactly how I thought.
The best metaphor that I can give the Trumpster and his narrative, his plot, his story, his role is Trump is literally Batman. Okay? Like, Trump is Bruce Wayne. It's what Trump is, man. If, like, one of my favorite out of all, like, Superman, all the superhero movies, my favorite is Batman. Ben, my husband, thinks it's ridiculous, but he's like, he doesn't even have actual powers. He loves Spider-Man, but, like, Trump is Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is, like, this rich motherfucking superhero, the richest of them all, okay? Lives underneath a cave, a loner, a weirdo, but, like, nevertheless, he plays two different roles in his life. He is the entrepreneur, the multi-millionaire, billionaire. I think he's more of a billionaire in Gotham City. And his job is, so he invests a lot in real estate and makes sure Gotham City is always like taken care of, right? Gotham City, aka New York. A lot of people call New York Gotham City. When Giuliani like removed all the homeless people and all the druggies and all the things and the prostitution back in the day, he was friends with Trump, and everyone's like, oh my God, he cleaned up Gotham City. There's a lot of references like through the years that New York is Gotham City. People also do that with Chicago, but more so New York. Like, think about it. Like, think of Wayne, like Bruce Wayne, Batman's character, like the entrepreneur that like builds fucking Gotham City, and Zoe's protecting Gotham City. So he's like building it up, right? Skyscrapers, all the things. Huge investor, has multiple properties. That's Trump. That's fucking Trump, man. Okay. And then you have Batman, who defeats the evil villains constantly. But even in Batman's story, I've watched all of them since I was a kid. Even in Batman's stories, there are times where everyone loves Batman, but then there are times where Gotham City takes over. The villains take over. There are times when Bruce Wayne slash Batman, he's having an identity crisis. Everyone fucking hates him. Everyone hates Batman. They turn off the Batman light. And there's been like, now that I think about it even more, there's been like memes, when like they put the bat light in the sky to call Batman when they're searching for Batman. They put this like high beam light in the clouds, and it's like the logo mobile, the sign in the sky. There's been ones like that. There's been memes like that of Trump. Okay. Like, hello, like, aren't you having like epiphanies through like this entire fucking podcast episode? Like, aren't you having like aha moments? If you are, let me know. If you're on Spotify and you're listening to this, you can leave comments. Like, let me know. Like, I'm onto something. That there's so much more to this. Like the CIA fucking like told Hollywood to create the movie Batman alongside like all the other superhero movies. But like, there's been times where people question Bruce Wayne and all of Bruce Wayne's, which is Batman's character, if you don't know, all of his like investments, his building, everything was at risk. He was losing money. He was like losing it all. Like, oh my God, like you guys, fucking Batman, Trump, it's the same fucking story. And all these villains, and he's always defeating the villains. And then, when he defeats one, there's another one, right? Just like, oh no, there's the Obamas, but then there's the Hillarys, but then there's... Dude, open your eyes. But you can never beat Batman. There's so many different types of villain, but Batman always wins. But again, Batman had times where he was like losing his shit. He was losing his life. He was losing his empire. And Trump has had multiple moments like this. And like, Trump is a savior, right? Like, everyone thinks he's a savior. He's not your savior. He's not your savior, you guys. I love you. I love you all. Can you hear me? Please don't be lost. Don't be confused. Trump is not our savior. He's not. I love you. He's not. He's just being a paid actor to play a role, okay? While he's doing a lot of great things in the world, and like I said, I prefer him. I love him. I think he's great. I'm entertained. He's not humanity's savior, although he's being perceived that way. This is just a role that's been written for him. And so when Trump was offered the role of a lifetime, it came with some downfall. You can't build a superhero, this amazing character, this role of a lifetime, while only having great moments. That's not what humans love. They just don't. It's not relatable. That's the truth. It's not relatable. We don't relate. Most people do not relate to the rich guy who has the hottest wife and has the most perfect children and has the most, properties and buildings and skyscrapers and companies in the world. And that's not relatable. It's just not. It has every car. It has every house. It has like everything he has ever fucking wanted. It's not relatable. But what is relatable is some hate, some backlash, the world fucking hating you while you're like this noble, good human being. And I just strongly believe that he was paid. I don't even know if he was paid, but like he was paid, he was played, he was written a role and he took the fucking job. He took the role and like, it's a thing, man. You fucking take someone who has greatness. It's such a good story. Hollywood knows stories. The CIA knows stories. It's such a good fucking story to tell when you take someone who has everything, who went from nothing to having everything to losing it all to then gaining it all back even fucking stronger. I have like a fist in my fucking arbor that I'm like, yes. Like, it's such a good fucking plot than someone who started off and built himself 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 and had everything that no one ever had on planet Earth. That's not a good narrative. It's not a fucking good storytelling. It's just not. It's not fucking intriguing. It's not entertaining. And do you get it? But what I described, the first narrative, the first story, this is the role that Trump took. This is a story that sells. This is a story that's relatable. This is a story for the people. And it was part of it. He knew he had to lose it all. He knew he had to be sabotaged. He knew all the things had to happen in order to just make him one of the most memorable characters on planet Earth forever. Right? Like, do you see it? There's so many reasons why this is. And unfortunately, I just feel like, I don't know, for a long time, not a long time, but like for like a year or two, I feel like as time keeps moving forward and forward, I feel like everyone's betting it on him. The people that once hated him, that's already valid. That's already truth. The people voted. He had so much more votes this time around than he had last time. After what Joe Biden displayed, like, it just made everyone people that never wanted to like him actually vote Republican. This is all fucking a narrative that's written, you guys. It's all been planned. It's all a narrative that's been written for us. It's all part of the fucking greater plan. Do you really think that the people that fucking run this world, that has designed planet Earth like to a fucking T, that designed the way humanity operates, thinks, acts, does, like that created money, that created like just everything, the entire system, do you think that they didn't fucking know that this was gonna happen? That he was gonna be hated and he was gonna be loved? And like, they're just, you think that you actually have a choice and that you actually have free will in all of this, but you're actually being like manipulated into believing things and pushed into making your decisions. And you think that you have free will, which you do as a human being. But in the bigger scheme of things, when it comes to politics, when it comes to the way the world's run, they want you to vote red or they want you to vote blue. And they're just steering certain agendas to make you make certain decisions and believe certain things are right or wrong. That's all of this is. And I have such a bad inclination and feeling for like a while now that Trump is going to disappoint us. I don't know if he's going to be the Antichrist. People say he is. I don't know about that. But I just know that everyone is betting in on this guy. And everyone believes that he literally, at this point, while the world is split, more people are pro-Trump. People think he can do no harm. And people start to get blindsided. And people start to idolize. And the whole point of all of this is never to idolize. That's what the Bible teaches us. Do not idolize. The only person you get to idolize is God. Not celebrities, not humans. They are not your savior. Your only savior is God. That's the truth. And I just feel for a long time like this is going to go south at one point. There is an agenda here. We're not all mega obsessors for no fucking reason. It's not because Trump's campaign is so fucking good at marketing. Yes, they are, but also there's a bigger agenda that's driving you to believe mega forever. Like, and of course I want America to be great again. Of course I want it. But I'm also zooming out to the Google Earth map and I'm looking at the bigger fucking agenda, the bigger picture. Just look at it. Gotham City, the role of a lifetime. And let's just like be real. This guy is not a fucking dumb guy, but I feel like somebody said, okay, listen, like, I don't know what the reward was. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could. I could see the reward. I already know the reward, but there could be multiple rewards. I see them saying like, hey, we are going to make you the most hated man in fucking human history. Okay? You have been, for all these years, you've been the most beloved man. We're going to turn you into a demon. We're going to turn you into the most hated man ever by the people, by the media. And you can handle it because you got a tough personality, right? It takes a certain type of personality. By Hollywood celebrities, everyone's going to be disgusted by you and appalled by you. And you're just going to be so fucking hated and booed. And everything that you're going to do, and that was the thing. Everything you do, you're going to have to do straight and right and correct and on point and on the line. Like, no cheating, no nothing. And we're just going to fucking bash the shit out of you. And this is going to run for 4 years. And you're going to serve the people. Now, the people think that it's for the actual people, but it's like, no, there's just even a bigger zoom out. Remember the zoom out? Zoom it out. Okay? They can't give us only shitty, horrible fucking things 24/7. You want to know why? I mean, there were like experiments done in like World War II that proved why. When Nazi Germany took over, the Europe and the Jews and, the whole thing, like, they didn't just do that fucking overnight. That shit took fucking years to brainwash the people. It didn't just go from like extremeness, just like COVID. You didn't wake up one day like, wear a mask, don't leave the house, everything's closed, the airport. Like, not everything happened at the same time. It was like every couple of days they would say another rule that you can't do, another thing you can't do, every few days. They didn't just do it all at once, because when you do it all at once, people will see what the fuck you're doing and they will rebel. It was also an experiment done on rats. But if you just do like little things and you condition people to believing that nothing big is actually happening. So back to the Trumpster. Yeah, you're just going to do everything right by the people and we're going to give you a really fucking hard time. And everyone's going to hate you. The world's going to hate you except for the actual people.
this is actually going to build you a strong following of just deeply indebted, loving Patreons, Americans, humans that are going to see that you're trying your best and that you're giving them everything you've ever promised. I'm telling you guys, this is all part of the fucking story that I actually believe is real. And then you're going to lose the election and everyone's going to lose their fucking shit. And that's going to make people even more in love with you, more indebted to you, more they fucking are rooting for the underdog, man. They want the fucking, the injustice drives people fucking crazy and they lose it. I was one of those people that fucking lost it. A lot of people lost their shit in the 2020 elections. And this is going to make people even angrier. Anger is good. And they're just going to even fucking love you more. Okay. And so then, you're not going to give up though. You're just, for those years, and this is the role of a lifetime. It really is the role of a lifetime. In those years, in those 4 years, you're going to go and you're going to meet the people and you're going to do little speeches or rallies, whatever you want to call them, in all these places. And you're going to earn the people's trust. You're going to earn the people's trust. You're going to be noble. You're going to be kind. You're going to shake hands. You're going to go to the cities. You're going to help. You're going to be a noble, nice, kind man. And the more that you do that, the people will love you. And this is all real. This all went down. And then the last year, right before the election, the year of the election, which was 2024, all hell is going to break loose. We're really going to amp up the notches on how loyal your fan base is to you. And I think, you guys, what I actually think is that what everything that's been happening is, how do I say this? Everything that's been happening all these years, this plot, this crazy fucking story, is to actually make everyone love Trump, even though people that fucking hated Trump. It almost feels like they want him to be loved like a dictator, even though dictators are not loved. But something here is weird. But so what ended up happening is the more in 2024, they did everything they could to take Trump down. Do I really believe that all of it was fucking real? No. I'm sorry. Fucking no. Being arrested, being shot, arrested again, robbed, the FBI goes to his house, Mar-a-Lago. Do I believe that all that is real? That's fucking insane. I'm not saying, it's real to an extent. I feel like it's a show. I feel like it's a movie. I feel like it's drama. I feel like it's exciting. I feel like everything that happened in 2024, that was very, I feel like at some point blown out of proportion, but it was the pinnacle point. It just kept building up and building up and building up, right, to him getting shot. But it's which I don't know what to tell you about that. Do you really believe that it was really some random crazy guy? No, I don't believe that. Do I believe it's a sniper who knew what the fuck he was doing and this whole thing was fucking planned? Yes. Yes, that's what I believe. You could believe whatever you want to believe. Doesn't mean that I don't love Trump. I still love Trump, but I don't believe the fucking shooting. Did he get shot in the air? Sure, by a professional. That's my thoughts. I will continue my little exciting storyline in a minute, but the first time he got arrested, what happened? When Trump got arrested this year or whatever, in 2024, people were mad. And then people, I don't even know how to verbalize. I feel like this should be a 2-hour podcast, but because there's so much that have been boggling inside of me. But the thing is that Trump built a strong fucking following he'd never had his entire fucking career. And he always wanted to be remembered and loved. But in those, I'm going to call it 8 years. So since 2016, since he was president, his first 4 years, then when he wasn't, even though he had fans before, obviously, because he won the 2016. But this was a different level. This was new fans on steroids. Just an unruly loyalty level. Anytime the media, the deep state, the black hats, the gray hats, anytime they try to take down Trump this year, what did that cause, you guys? It caused Trump fans to fucking lose it. It caused them to be more dedicated to him, more obsessed to him, more loving him, more people showing up to the rallies, more people waiting for him when he came into town, more people just losing it, buying Trump, fucking mega world, okay? Do you think that the deep state, like, didn't know that that would be the outcome? Do you think that the people that are that fucking smart, that run this world for hundreds and thousands of years, you don't think that, like, they didn't think that, like, if we try to arrest Trump twice, like, it's gonna make his fans love him even more? How? Like, if you don't believe that this isn't calculated, like, you need to wake the fuck up. There's like a new reality that you need to wake up to. I have always been a very controversial person. I know how to be a controversial person. I know how to get attention and I know how to not get attention. I told you earlier, I get a lot of Trump stuff because I don't know. It's like I've always been that person. And I know what creates that type of a person. Does that make sense? Like, and you know me. If you've known me for a while, then, like, you know the characteristics. And so, and I'm always 10 steps ahead. And Trump's always 10 steps ahead. And the fucking deep states are like 2,000 billion steps ahead. Do you think that, and people that are, people like, okay, there are certain people, they just know marketing. They just know strategy. They just know things. Like, of course, if you arrest everyone's favorite president, not everyone, like, right, half of the world's favorite president, of course, if you do that, it's just going to drive the fans crazier and just make them love him more because he's doing this for us. And then you're going to arrest him again, and then you're going to fucking shoot him. And then he's going to get up and he's going to do this, like, very glorious, I'm doing the hand gesture, like a punch in the sky, like, fight, like, and then he's going to show up to a rally like 2 days later. Like, all of it made the fans more and more and more obsessed with him. Obsessed. There was no fucking way he was not winning, you guys. There was no fucking way. And then to give Kamala Harris last minute, like, the Republican Democratic Party had the Democratic Liberal Party had no fucking chance. You guys knew that. I knew that. Let's not be fucking stupid. This is all a fucking play. It's entertainment. I'm entertained. I hope you've been entertained, but you can't just, like, at the end of the day, you have to, like, go home and realize, like, this is all a fucking movie. This is a show. This is a play. Just like, basketball or, like, sports are a play and theaters are a play and Hollywood's a play and the music industry is a play and all the world's a stage. You know what I'm saying? These are my actual real beliefs and thoughts. I still love the guy. I prefer him any day over Kamala and Joe Biden and Obama's and, like, all, like, that nasty shit. Like, I'm even going to take it a step further and let you know that I never watch the news, but on one of the random days, I don't know why I was watching the news, literally never watch it. I think there was like I think it was because of the debate. And when I heard NBC or whatever fucking publication, the agenda ones, the ones that, like, follow the same narrative, when I heard them talk shit about Kamala and actually be pro-Trump and completely change their narrative, that was also a red flag to me. That day I sat and I was like, I don't know about this. This is kind of getting weird. Like, why would the media actually be pro-Trump? Like, NBC. Like, this was not Fox. It was not Fox. Like, it just eyebrow raiser. And then, like, another off the chart one real quick. Have you noticed that Trump never ages? Never ages. Trump looks the same for the last, like, 30 years, 40 years. He looks the same. Same amount of hair, same amount of wrinkles. The man does not age for, like, 40 or 50 years. You should look into that. Think about it. I'm just saying, question everything. And so they're like, listen, in those 4 years, you're going to go and you're going to speak to the people and you're going to do right by the people. And what that's going to create is more like momentum. You know what all of this is reminding me of? Poker. Has anybody ever played poker on here? Let me know. I'm really good at fucking poker. I've been really good at poker for years. Okay, check this out. This is how I see it. When you play poker in Vegas, there's 8 seats. Like, 8 players could play. Now, if I just played in a table by myself and it was like a full table, there's like somebody sitting in every seat. If I were to play, the odds of me winning would be 1 to 8, correct? Okay, so we know that. A little bit harder. But then what if I had my husband play at the same table? Then the odds of me winning, us winning, is 2 out of 8, right? And what if I brought another friend? Now the odds of us winning as friends is like 3/8, right? Do we kind of get it? And this is actually something that happened. One time I went to Vegas and I won $2,000 and I was from one hand and I was very proud of it. And it was a table of 8. And it was me, a bunch of random assholes that were talking shit to me, and then two of my guy friends. So we were at a table where it was like 3, like the odds of us winning is 3-8. Now, the rest of the table didn't know that I was with the 2 guys because we didn't sit next to each other. They sat across. But, there's a dealer. Every table has a dealer. And so this is how I look at like all the the Democratic, the Republicans, the liberal. They're fucking playing poker at the same table. They're all fucking homies, and you need a good cop and you need a bad cop and you need a this and you need a that. But at the end of the day, they're all fucking playing for the same fucking table, the same dealer, the same thing. Like, do we get it? Okay, my thoughts are Trump was always going to win. All of this was all planned. The rallies, this entire last 4 years, the arrests, the shootings, yes, like we knew that, we knew the way it's perceived on TV or whatever on the internet is like, we know that the deep state's trying to take down Trump and they'll do everything they can so that he doesn't become president. I mean, that's the narrative. But like, what's actually the truth when you zoom out of your Google Maps Earth and look at the bigger fucking picture? If you're like a Trump supporter, a Republican, which I am, and that's fine. But if you're going to say question everything on the liberal side and the Democratic side, then why can't we question everything on the other side? Got to question everything, not question selective things. That's my theory. And so what I see is them taking a very beloved man, completely destroying his reputation to build it up again, only like fucking 10 times stronger. Only to be one of the most fucking powerful human beings ever to walk the earth. That's what all of this is. I mean, it's this and it's more. And so that's how you build. It's like a comeback. You know how like every single time, like, I don't know, an artist, a pop artist, Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera would like disappear for a while, come back, new album, boom, new look, new everything. They always had to disappear for a little while after their album. It always took like 2 years until the next one came out and they were kind of gone, and they came back and there was like a new image, right? New outfits, new look, new makeup. They like rebuild. It's like they reinvented their self-image. They did rebranding. They relaunched the new album, new look, new me. This is what I see all of this. And by the way, music industry, all the same people that run all of these fucking things, right? The Hollywood, the CIA, the movie industry, the government, athletes, it's all run by the same motherfuckers. This is the reward for Trump, that he's going to be the most the most beloved president of all time. And watch, he already started to get the people that hate him, they're going to start to love him. And there's obviously a bigger agenda that I just don't fully know at the end. But I also do know that in 2030, there's a New World Order agenda. So I look at that. I look at where the world is moving and turning and stuff like that. But the agenda right now is the agenda always was to make Trump the most beloved person by first making him the most hated person in the world. And so I think that all of this has been planned for years and years and years. I believe I get Hollywood. I get storytelling. I get superhero movies. I get what it's like to have a strong personality and be a controversial person. I always have been a controversial person, like since freaking, I don't know, middle school, like my whole life. So I get it. And you guys know that, like, that about me, right? And so that's what I really feel like is playing out. He was probably promised to be the most beloved president, the most beloved celebrity, like almost in the celebrity world, it's all about like ideology, like idolizing the celebrities. Rabbit hole in and of itself. Idolizing celebrities like they are gods because people obey gods. And that's what, a lot of, that's like the celebrity energy. That's what it's created for mind control. Once again, I know I've thrown a lot of things. Some of you guys are like, this bitch is fucking crazy. Or you're shaking your head and you're like, yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Wow, she's so right. Or bitch is fucking crazy. I'm going to unfollow. That's okay. I love you either way. Or this is probably going to be my longest podcast episode. But so I'm going to try to like wrap things up in a way and tell you this, that you needed to take a beloved like Prince Charming, fucking make him like horrible, hated, then rebuild his like reputation, okay, and then turn them into the most beloved man, and then in that way then he could actually fucking really quote unquote like control the world. He could actually take advantage of it. He can make so much money. There's so many places that this goes. I don't think it's for fame at this point. Like, I think maybe that's what was sold to him, or I don't know what the fuck, but like, he's not a stupid man. He's a fucking businessman. Like, he knows, you know, the Trumpster, you know what he wants, like, but obviously there's something bigger here. Now, let me tell you some weird things that like just don't line up for me. Him losing the 2020 election and not actually like fucking fixing it after we all saw that there was cheating, red flag. The other thing I said about the lawyer, then there was the arrest, and then another arrest, and then another accusation, and then another arrest, like, and then he got shot, and then he got up, and then it was like drama after drama after drama of like, it just, I like saw all of it as it was like unfolding. I already knew the next step. The people that were closest to me already knew my next step. And again, I'm entertained. I fucking love him. I think it's fucking funny. I think it's entertaining. Like I said, I don't hate Trump. I don't hate him. I love him. This is fucking funny. But is it real? No. Okay? I just want to keep like throwing that out there because I don't want you to be like, oh no, she doesn't love Trump now. Like, no, it's not it. I think it's all fucking funny and entertaining. Okay, now where things got really fucking weird is when Trump started becoming best friends with Elon Musk. Like, are you fucking kidding me? No. Are you kidding me? I've told you guys since 2020, fucking Elon Musk is, he's a bad guy. He's never been a good guy. Look at his wife and the weird shit that she worships, the jackets that he's worn with demons on it, the things that his mom, like demonic energy. This guy, I don't even know if he's human. I don't even actually believe he's human. I've never believed Elon Musk is human. I believe that he's like AI. I believe that he's just like he's not fucking human. I recorded a different podcast where I've said that before. I've never thought he's human. He's always pretended to be like not part of the elite, but like in his own category, like a gray hat. But I always said for fucking 5 years, I said Elon Musk pretends to be a white hat, but he's really a black hat, but he pretends. Well, I just don't trust Elon Musk, the way he's pushing like AI and the way he just wants us to be fucking robots and all his weird sick ass fucking agendas. No, thank you. And when we voted for Trump, we did not vote for fucking Elon Musk. Like, why did he tag along the way? Like, what? Something there happened, and like, were you fucking paying attention? Because who the fuck asked for this guy? He wasn't on the fucking ballots. Like, where did he fucking pop from? Like, there was like a few weeks or a few months where he was just like up Trump's ass, and everywhere Trump went, he went. And it was like, why? Yeah, also there was a photo that was taken of Robert JFK Jr. There was a recent photo that was taken of the people that Trump picked to be on his team. And something about that picture just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I don't know. I don't know why Robert Kennedy Jr., why he is on, like, I don't know how to explain this. I feel like he's a good guy. I always thought he was interesting. I wouldn't have minded him to be president. That was never going to happen. But I wouldn't have minded. I feel an energy like he just feels like he signed up for something that he wasn't ready to sign up for. I think he is questioning his decision. I don't know. I don't feel like he's a bad guy energetically. Like, I just see how he fucking plays with lizards and snakes. And I know. He's just like Uncle Bobby. He's a good dude. I like him. I know a lot of people liked him. I know a lot of people were upset when he got off the ballot. And it was also interesting how it said he just like linked with Trump. But it also made sense if you're paying attention in 2020. But something about like when when our JFK Jr. said that he's gonna endorse Trump and he's gonna work with him as the health person and blah blah blah. I think that he was like, okay, cool, and it seemed like a good idea because Trump's like, oh yeah, you can do anything you want. But in recent time, like there's that picture of Elon and him and Trump on the plane and they're eating fucking French fries and it's like so fucking weird. And there's just pictures where I just get like, he doesn't feel comfortable. The energy is off. There's so many things to be said. Something there is fucking weird. There's so many things that are fucking weird. Mark Zuckerberg trying to fucking hang out now, like be on their team. Don't fucking buy it for a second. Please. Bitch, please. Like get the fuck out of here. You fucker. You almost deleted my IG like a million times. Like you fucking speaking the truth. Like I can't even with like, don't even get me on him. Like Mark, like just don't, like all lies, all bullshit. He's a clone. Like, I don't even know what to say. He's a clone. He's a reptilian. Like, he's just all of it. Like, don't believe any of his shit. I can't even believe Joe Rogan actually took him on his podcast. Fucking ridiculous. And now I'm going to lead up to the last few points, even though there's so many. The fact that Trump decided to drop his cryptocurrency like a day and a half before he's president. Fucking genius. Smart business decision. We bought some. It's really fucking smart to buy it. The fact that he made like $1 billion from that in less than 24 hours or within 24 hours is fucking crazy. He's already made $2 billion today, the next day. Tomorrow, Donald Trump will be president. I'm very fucking excited for him to be the 47th president. I love him. I'm going to be entertained again. It's going to be a good fucking show and a good ride. But do I believe any of it is real? Nope. I believe it's just a story that was written for you guys all to believe. Puppeteer, master. Trump is a puppet to the system, just like they all are, because they don't really run the world, you know? And then we have the TikTok thing. Are you fucking kidding me? When I heard there's going to be a TikTok ban, I'm like, that's never going to fucking happen. I called it on stories. I told it to all my people. There's no fucking way. The only reason they try to do a TikTok ban is to fuck with people. It's to create scarcity and control. Put people in survival mode, freak people the fuck out, you know, make it seem like an end of the world situation, take people's biggest addiction, take people's livelihood, take people's, the thing that they love the most, the thing that like, you know, where they get news from, where their friends are from, where they worked so hard for like the number one like dopamine like obsessor, the number one thing that people are fucking obsessed with besides Instagram. And I feel like TikTok dopamine level just fucks with you even more. Like I feel like it's more addictive, obviously. So to take TikTok and then to ban it because but then China owns like a bunch of our farms in America, but not TikTok, not my TikTok. So to say like, oh, we have to ban it and then like actually ban it like the day before, a couple hours before you actually say you're going to ban it and have everyone on the fucking internet freak the fuck out, lose their shit. That's like control. That's control. It's a fucking test. It's all a fucking game. It's to create fear. It's all of it. It's all of it. You know what's interesting too? CapCut, which is the only thing that I use to edit my videos, and I'm obsessed with that fucking app. That's owned by TikTok. Can't live without that app. Well, I pay for the membership version of it. I think it's like $8, $7.99 a month. And yesterday, they charged me money earlier in the day for my monthly membership. And then a couple hours later, TikTok was shut off. And then CapCut was shut off. And I was like, what the fuck? There is no way that they would charge me $8 and then like make their app disappear. Like it's fucking CapCut. Like there's no fucking way. So that also didn't sell me. Everyone was freaking out and making so much drama on Instagram. And like, yeah, the 2019 version of me would have been that girl like crying, losing it, fucking freaking the fuck out, making a million posts. I was like, chill, everyone. Just chill. Keep calm. And lo and behold, and then, so everyone was getting different messages, but for some fucking reason, Kim Cohen got a message from TikTok saying like, oh, we're working with President Trump to figure this out. So, whoops, let's make Trump the savior. And then guess what happens? A few hours later, the world makes sense. And then it's like, okay, President Trump is the greatest man in the world. Not, it didn't say that. That's what it was giving. It was giving Trump his greatness. It was giving, even though you might be a liberal, a Democrat, you should thank Trump because without him, you wouldn't have this app. So even though he's a piece of shit, you know you almost died for those fucking 10 hours when you didn't have TikTok. So maybe you should think twice about hating him because he just gave you back your livelihood and your obsession and your dopamine dose. And like, you know, things are fucking weird. Things are weird. And then to find out that the inauguration is going to be indoor and people, you know, fucking people flew. I know people that flew out there. It's going to be indoor because tomorrow's the inauguration day. Tomorrow's going to be the coldest day in 40 years in DC in election day. Okay, I used to live in DC and in Baltimore. I know like Arlington, like I know all these areas really well. It does get really cold. It gets really fucking cold. But wait. Okay. So I know, and now it's not even a secret anymore. It might have been a secret in 2020. I know that there is machines that change the weather. They're called HAARP. HAARP. Everyone knows that. In fact, the governor of Florida, DeSantis, signed a bill against it for Florida. Let me know when that fucking shit hits in because like the chemtrails are out of fucking control. But we have a machine, we have technology that can change the weather, that creates natural disasters. And so the government owns a technology that changes the weather. And so it just so happened that the day that Trump is going to get elected, it's going to be the coldest year in 40 years. Like, really? Are we all following? Are we all paying attention? Are we all believing this fucking crap? Like, you know? Do you know? So there's a lot. I said a lot. There's a lot here. This is what I've been thinking for a while. And you know what's interesting is I know a few other QAnoners that spoke out a lot in 2020, that got in trouble a lot in 2020, that had major censorship, that had their channels fucking deleted, that put their entire career on the line as influencers like myself, that were written up by big publications like myself, like the Huffington Post and other whatever crazy media outlets. And it's crazy because they also think the same as me. And it's not like we sat and talked about it like, oh, I think this. And then my friend was like, oh, well, yeah, like think about this. And like we pieced together the clues. No, it's like we did our own fucking research and homework because in 2020, we were the one that were distributing the information to people. We did the research and people were listening to us as we were individually, we were the ones that were decoding shit and sharing stuff. We were like the decoders of 2020, the detectives, the decoders. And so we just never fucking stopped. Just because we're not on social media posting it like constantly because we don't want our channels to be shut off doesn't mean we're not fucking, we stopped doing the research. This is like in your soul DNA. You don't fuck around, you do not stop. Like, and I don't stop. And my other people that I'm talking about, like they don't stop. Not because we care so much about politics. It's because we care about Earth. We care about humanity. We care about the animals. We care about the children. We care about the babies. We care about nature. We love this fucking planet. That is why we fucking care. Everyone knows politicians lie and they're fucking crook and they're all motherfuckers and governments fucking suck and they control the world and they fucking manipulate people. Like we know these things. We're not obsessing over this because, you know, we're fucking bored with life. Unfortunately, that's not it. Even though you might have think that that's it, but it's not it. Because we care about fucking humanity, because we know that we have a bigger purpose. It's because we were chosen to be like teachers in this lifetime or to just fight for justice. Everyone has their own missions and their own role. And also because I don't want to fucking die. I would love to have a beautiful big family. I want to save my family. I want to create a family, a beautiful spiritual babies with my incredible, amazing husband who believes all of these things with me. So does his dad. So do a lot of people. But it's like, I feel like it's ignorance to not care about these things. I feel like you're fucking selfish if you don't care about these things. I feel like you're too practical and I feel like you're too 3D. And at the same time, I can be the devil's advocate and tell you that duality is always happening and there's multiple things that could be true. It's also great to be like attached and also detached, but like create like a good balance. Like always have your eyes out on like what's happening, so you just have that awareness level, but like also don't be so attached to it. Be detached to it. Live your life, grow, like do your mission, do your shit, and live life. But also don't be naive and don't close your eyes, because you got to be paying attention. And the reason why you pay attention is to save you. Like, it's to save humanity, but first and foremost, it's to save you, and then it's to save everyone else, right? Or like the other way around, whatever, however you want to look at it. There's a lot of crazy things that happen in this world. This world is not as it seems. And the more awareness levels you have, I feel like, I don't know, it helps. Sometimes these conversations could get really weird because I just feel like I can't, like I'm saying everything, but like I'm not saying everything, because I know I can't say everything on here. I have to like censor even a little bit on here. But this is my thoughts. I think that there's definitely a lot of things to question here, question everything. That is, if you were fucking listening to Q, even though Q told you to listen to the Trumpster, but Q said question everything. So question everything. And while this might be my belief right now, my beliefs can always be changing. And so, yeah, I'm just watching the fucking show. I hope you're watching the fucking show. I hope you're entertained. I'm entertained. Can't wait to see what happens next. But everything that always happens, like at this point, doesn't shock me. I just decode everything and connect things like really super fast, because I just already understand like how they fuck around and just how they play. So yeah, these are my thoughts on what's been happening in the world in most recent times. I feel like I'm going to get mixture of opinions. This is going to be an interesting, risky podcast episode to put out there, but I don't know. If you know me, I just got to live my truth, and this is my truth, and I can't do anything but just be me. So I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. If you have any thoughts and opinion, you can leave them on the Spotify comments section, or I don't know if this is on Apple or this is on YouTube or wherever you find this. You can leave your thoughts and have discussions. But I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode.